I love this logo. It's like a chef bodybuilder. Huh. Welcome to Dan's on the Street. I'm Dan. Today we're in Saudi Arabia and we're going to visit the city of Riyadh, a huge city, nearly 7 million people, if you can believe it. It's absolutely massive. And I'm excited to check it out. Now, unfortunately, it is not very well mapped on Google Maps, but we're going to have to just take what we get. I think there's a lot of information here still, a lot of images, a little bit of street view, essentially. But we'll make do. We'll see if we can make do, all right? Okay, we're on the street looking at February 2018. This is very interesting. Looks like a pretty nice day out. Older vehicles. That's pretty cool. ATM. Now, obviously, I'm going to struggle with the language here. I definitely don't speak it. Some English terms there. Pharmacy, okay. Recruitment office. Interesting. Yeah, this is a massive city. I cannot believe it's nearly 7 million people. And I read a little on Wikipedia. Back in like 1949, the city only had 100,000 people. So it's gone from 100,000 to nearly 7 million in what, 70, 80 years? That's crazy. And extremely impressive. So obviously this place is booming. You can see cranes already here. Cranes. Mega construction. It kind of looks like a car dealership maybe. Gas station. Maybe just a garage. Let's move down the street a little bit. Pretty empty streets. Looks like somebody's working over there. Let's see, I can't really tell if we're moving down the street or if we're just sort of moving in place here. Let's follow this interesting bus. You know what? We're actually kind of stuck. This, as I said, we're gonna do our best on this one, but we're gonna have to take what we get. I think we're on the same street. Oh, here's a very interesting building. Now, this is one I've definitely seen. The Kingdom Center. I read on Wikipedia again to get the name of that because I knew it was going to be something we saw here. We'll get a better view of it, I'm sure, somewhere else. But huge tower kind of hovering over the city. It's just so big compared to everything around it. That's pretty awesome. Very brown buildings, kind of matching the original environment here. This is desert area. Some sort of 24/7 store. Mead. Interesting vehicles here. Old Isuzu. These guys look pretty cool hanging out there, coming out of the store. Baskin Robbins. All right, so they definitely have some Western brands here that I recognize. Interesting barriers in the street here. Not sure what that's about. Let's inch our way down the street here. It's a shame the world is not equally mapped by Google, but I understand for a variety of reasons. Sometimes political, sometimes I don't know. Some people just aren't a fan of it. I expect someday the world will be fully and equally mapped. It'll happen. And I look forward to that day. Medical center. Okay, so some sort of hospital. Big yellow sign there. Closed westbound. All right, looks like they're doing construction, I guess. That must be what these barriers are all about. Let's keep moving down the street if we can. Very empty streets. Like, how many lanes wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's one car on it going this way. Like, it's kind of interesting. Maybe it's pretty early in the day. Here's another car. All right, we'll go on here just a minute more, and then we're gonna pop up. Actually, let's pop up right now. I'm struggling to move down that street. This place is so very big. We're gonna see even less than we normally do. Well, here's the Kingdom Tower. It's not even 3D mapped here. I'm sure there's got to be some great views on the ground of this. Let's drop in and see what we can see. All right, so we're here. This looks very pretty here. Very well landscaped and beautiful palms. And here it is. Wow, my goodness, what an impressive tower. What an interesting building. That was designed, I read it was designed by Ellerby Beckett, an American company. It's a beauty. Just perfect glass. And reflecting the sky, leaving this gradient, and then obviously this giant gap. Looks awesome with this airplane going over. My goodness, what a cool tower. And of course, there's almost nothing around it. That's not true. I mean, there's a few towers. But this must be visible from just about everywhere in the city. Let's drop down, see if we can go inside maybe. Oh, okay, we dropped into... It appears we're in someone's apartment here. Or, yeah, a hotel room. Not quite what I was thinking. We got a little bit of view out the window, though. Goodness, this place is building up quick. Look at these towers. Look at these towers. Fascinating. Yeah, that's a really special place. And let's pull over to another view down the street, maybe. I cannot read these street names, unfortunately. There she is again. Okay. Yeah, here's some more buildings. Pretty new, it would seem. Quite new. Much more busy here today on the street. Bunch of vehicles, lots of white cars. It's probably for heat. Pedestrian bridge. Interesting. And there's roses here. They must represent something symbolic for the city. I'm not quite sure what that would be. All right, we'll move further down King Fahd Road. Name a lot of things after kings here, it seems. Nothing wrong with that, I suppose. More great palm-lined streets. This is a very pretty street. Looks like they're building something here. It's definitely one of the main roads. Interesting color green there. We're gonna have to enjoy more of this from above, it's possible. Looks like they're building a shopping mall. It's hard to believe that 7 million people are here. Something about it. It's hiding it, I feel like. Like I could tell a couple million, but I can't believe it's 7. That's just massive. Let's go over by this King Saud University. See if we can get a picture of that. Oh, interesting. Not what I was expecting. Huh. Let's see. It's very barren. I can't tell if this is like under construction. No, it seems to be fully built up. It's hard to read these views a little bit. It's also sandy. It all looks kind of, it all blends together from above a little bit with the brown buildings and the brown ground. Yeah, it makes it a little hard to see what's happening. Interesting bump ahead sign, I guess. Lots of popping up and down here. Isn't unusual. Not my favorite kind of tour, but I'm enjoying seeing the city, and some places we're just going to have to deal with this, okay? Oh, wow, look at this. Interesting. University Main Hall. This is a neat building. Huge atrium. Looks like there's a water display here that goes on. Not currently, but careful walking over these. They might turn on. University staff. Okay. Oh, yeah, there's that building. Something about that, like, perfect square here. Perfect black square amongst all this brown is very modernist looking. I don't know. Looks like a little piece of art. Someone's got a cat. That's interesting. Looks like we can move around just a little bit. There's that building from the outside. Another bright day here. Can't move too far here. College of Medicine. Males, okay. That's interesting. I'm not going to get into the politics of the region. But they are... It's an interesting part of the world. And we'll see what happens with it. Another King Street, King Khalid. Looks like a new compound being built. And it does something a little scary, but I guess it's kind of cool. But maybe it's just the color that now feels out of place. All right, we got to find some more places we can actually move around. This is just too painful. All right, let's turn on our maps here. It looks like we can go down a street. Let's just go down random one over here. Prince Bandar. Tons of shopping on this street. I can only imagine what all these shops are. Some of them you can kind of tell. Some of them couldn't begin to guess. Yeah. There's not a lot of like symbols. I feel like it's mostly words. So if you can't read for a lot of these, you're out of luck. Like this looks kind of like a restaurant, but I couldn't tell you. Another empty street here. Quite empty. Beauty lounge. Huh. Okay. See, I can't quite picture what that would be even. A sign on top of a sign. Good number of these old Nissan trucks. I don't feel like I've seen a truck like that in a while. Great artwork on the side of this one. Look at that. Just painting that up. Crazy empty. I wonder if there's like a lot of bicycles in this part of the world. Obviously it gets tremendously hot, or it can. But so flat. Seems like you could get around pretty good on a bicycle or a motorcycle, but I haven't actually seen a bicycle or motorcycle, I don't think. Maybe you want the AC. Maybe it gets just that hot. I'm not sure. All right, this is definitely a restaurant. That I recognize some of the symbols. So you get some fish. It's interesting they show the living animal. You know, not a lot of places that sell chicken or goat where they have a picture of the chicken and the goat. But I guess, you know, here in the West, or at least in the US, I feel like we try to separate the, you know, there's a little more distance in our heads between a real chicken and, as we call it, wings or something, and a real living mammal, goat, and some sort of goat dish. So interesting that there's not that separation, or they don't pretend that what they're eating is not a living animal, or was a living animal. New place going in here. Looks very well built. Doesn't that? Nice concrete work. Just barren of people, though. Like, there's nobody here. Or is there a curfew or something? Or are we here on a religious holiday or something? Like, where? There's no pedestrians. Even early, you know, I don't know, maybe it's early in the morning. Most places, even early in the morning, you'd still see a pedestrian. This is very interesting that there's nobody around and almost no cars on the street. Again, we saw cars during other times of day or in other places, and obviously it's going to be packed with cars with this many people. But that is interesting, isn't it? Let's move down this street. Security Forces Officers Club. Amazing work somebody did here at this botanical garden. Oh, I would definitely visit here if I ever could. This is pretty neat. You can tell even from above. What's going on here? Oh, I thought I could visit there. Oh, perhaps I cannot. All right, we're on the street over here. November 2017. Again, looks pretty early in the morning, maybe. Again, no people out. Few cars. But I mean, have you ever seen a view quite like that with one car and an empty street in a city of 7 million? Isn't that interesting? That seems most odd. Here's a nice bright day. Nice quality. Oh, this quality is just so much better. Prime Coffee. All right, that's the type of place I go into. The Diet Station. I love this logo. It's like a chef, bodybuilder. Huh. Interesting. It's kind of cool though. Again, looking around, nobody on the street. Is it really just that hot? Is that possible? That it's just, I don't know. A few cars parked here. It feels like abandoned. That's interesting. All right, there's a huge airport here. It's kind of hiding. You can't even see it almost. And it's right downtown. Look at the location of this. Huge airport, and it's right downtown. So that's nice if you're coming to visit here. Super convenient. Looks like they built tunnels underneath it. That's pretty cool. They dug under or whatever. They built bridges above. I'm not sure which way to call that. Let's go down that street a little bit, maybe. Oh yeah, here we're descending into that. So the airplanes can land. They literally land and then take off on top of this. That's interesting. This must be really strong bridges. Let's go somewhere else around here. Oh, this looks pretty neat. Visitor center. Cool building with this arched style steel structure. Beautiful sky out. All right. We have found a pedestrian. That's great. Again, the time of day feels, I can't tell if we're early morning or maybe evening. Oh, it looks like we're just walking into the... Oh, this is cute. This is real nice. This is a super, neat setup they have here. Welcome to the city. Guy talking to lady at the desk. Look at this little artwork here. Nice work by some graphic designer. Get a bus pass. Your ticket to the future. Nice that they printed that in English. Also, interesting that they did that. Come see a tour learn more about the Arab world or something. Interesting. All right. So, a fun visitor center. Oh, wow. What's this all about? Oh, this is about their train system here. Or maybe a future train system. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, there's a lot of development happening here. I think at a scale that would just blow your mind. It's just crazy development. There's, tremendous wealth in this part of the world. And it's centralized. So they can get a lot done quickly. Oh, looks like we're in a mosque. Hey, this is pretty neat. Here's a man praying. Don't have to interrupt him. A fan. I guess there's not AC in here. Maybe there is. These look like kind of ACs. All right. Interesting. I think I might have been in a mosque once or twice, but just pretty briefly. It's a pretty one though. It's very nice. Kind of looks like a conference center, hotel. Um, Tons of mosques here. Obviously, huge Islamic center. Saudi Arabia's. Bombshell. Hair Lounge. Okay. Pluto Burger. For burger lovers. Pluto Burger for grilled beef on rock stone. Well, I would definitely go in there. That sounds great. Coffee shop. Hey, a drive-through coffee and a Burger King. I mean, it couldn't feel too out of place if you have those kind of things around. Coffee, burgers, so forth. Interesting. I can't begin to interpret what I'm seeing here. Half this stuff, like what is it? It's neat. This kind of geometric sphere. Center for Science. Okay. School, perhaps. Research center. Not sure. Oh, this might be our most poorly mapped city I've visited so far, and for that I do apologize. But again, I am limited by what I can see. Obviously, Lulu Hypermarket. Wow, we'll go over there by that. Very yellow day today, sandy maybe in the sky. This looks sort of post-apocalyptic a little bit. People actually out in the street, I love seeing that. The Taj Center. This is most odd though. It must be like a sand thing. They get like storms, desert storms. I don't know. It's pretty interesting though. That color. This looks like a big street here. Highway. And then a lovely park. King Fahad Road Park. These kings like putting their names on stuff. I guess we do similar things, but maybe not quite to this extent. This camera's just mounted at a weird angle. A little bit. Interesting park or art display here. Yeah, I guess that's part of that. The King Fahad Road Park. Very well designed. Like the parks that are here. I mean, all this development is like, you can even tell from above that a tremendous amount of care went into it. Here's a big public library. Historic palace. Well, let's check that out. I believe we're at the historic palace, or maybe just outside. Interesting. Are we just on the grounds of it, I wonder? Nice tile work here. Parking lot. Cone zone. Just reading all these signs. Some grass. That's interesting. I wonder if this gets irrigated. Little barriers or stools. Nicely cut bushes and everything in here. Boy, oh boy. I would definitely need a tour guide if I visited here. Let's just be honest. That would have to happen. Salaam Park. This looks, again, beautiful. Just really well laid out. They're having just a great time hiring landscape artists and designers, architects from around the world. Just beautiful work. Nighttime view. Interesting, but not too helpful here. Okay. Oh, look at this. People out having a nice time on the grass. Families picnicking, it looks like. That's great. I was expecting to see a lot more stuff like that. Strollers. Moms and kids. Obviously in Islamic garb. But you can see this. I mean, this is not an unfamiliar sight. If you've ever been to a park or at the pool. Just little family units putting blankets down. Clearly they brought food. Got a couple kids. This guy's yelling at his kid with a scooter. No, just kidding. I don't know what he's doing. Um, this feels quite familiar, though, despite some obvious kind of things that feel out of place. Well, the dress is clearly a little different than my day-to-day, that is. Nice street here. Some sort of shopping zone, I think. What is this? Development center? Tons of markets here. You could do a lot of shopping here, I'm sure. Oh, this looks pretty. Or, well, I don't know. Fun little shopping zone, though. Again, nobody is out. Nobody's here. Maybe it's closed. Maybe it's a holy day. But it is strangely empty. Looks like a mega development happening here. Oh, metro station. See if we can get a view of any of that. Another yellow day. Here's that development happening. Interesting. Yeah, if you work as a crane worker, and you come to the Middle East, you will have so much work, and you can make great money. I know that's just the thing people do. Like, whoa, look at this. A dry port. It's like a centralized shipping zone. So the trains come in here. I don't think I've ever seen a dry port. I don't know. It feels like we're at the ocean, but we're so clearly not. Wow, the colors and like diversity of sights from above here is like rivaled by. No, man, we can't go down. No place on earth looks like this. Like, this is just most interesting from above. Sand, 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 and then these bright green parks that are beautifully laid out, perfectly laid out. I mean, each one is just perfect. And then crazy dark things like this. What in the world? I don't know. A lot of question marks around this tour, around this whole city, that I am not going to be able to help you out with, as much as I would love to. Big stadium here. Yeah. Watch some football games, soccer. It's pretty cool. Again, not a soul in sight. King Abdullah Park. Lots of good parks. I mean, they're doing that at least. Yeah, or like, you know what I mean? Like, they're really crushing the parks, which is really great because, that's a lot of effort that goes into keeping this grass green and to setting aside the land. So, really like that. Huge flag here. Such an interesting flag. Are there any other flags in the world with swords on them like that? Just like a single. Maybe there are ones with swords, I guess, but that one's just like. I don't know. It's interesting. Bofia. Another nighttime view. Again, families outside. Huh. I don't know if there's a concert or an event, maybe. See, now here, this is the view I would more expect. Maybe people come out at night because it's like so hot during the day. I guess that's possible. It's a little different. Huh. All right, a few more places, and I know we haven't seen almost anything. And for that, I'm deeply sorry. But I'm gonna have to call it a day. We're hanging out somebody's window here. Oh, we're on a suction cup. Okay, coming soon. Vet clinic. Yeah, we saw one cat. I wonder if there's a lot of cats here or dogs, your standard stuff. Wow. We're hanging out in a food shelf here. Next to some Fritos. Oh, so here's a grocery store. Oh, well, I would absolutely come to a grocery store. I love visiting grocery stores in other cities and especially around the world. Oh, I would have a grand old time here. just, picking up bags of stuff, looking at the cool labels. Interesting, we're next to just some Fritos, though. Kinda. Very recognizable brand. Gadir Mosque. Yeah, mosques aplenty. Oh, wow. Some huge development going on over here. All these, zones of, industry. This place, this is one of the places where if you could visit in 100 years, it would just be unrecognizable. Like this, goodness, what I would pay to see just a glimpse of this city 100 years from now. There's some cities that will probably be essentially unchanged, or they'll be different, a few new towers, but you'd recognize them still. This is a city that I think is going to be just wildly different as they continue to boom. And we dropped into someone's apartment here. This is very strange that we have this image. Well, big TV. Looks pretty tight though. Strange that is even on Google, but I guess I appreciate seeing it. Snooping a little, to say the least, but oh well. Nice building here. Oh yeah, some real nice buildings. This looks like kind of wealthy homes, maybe. Yeah, that'd be my guess here. These look like really nice homes. Huh. Just looking at it. Yeah, you would take a long time to explore the city, and you could spend obviously hours exploring it just here from above. Look at this house. I think this is like a house, maybe, right? There is unbelievable wealth here. Unbelievable. Can't see any of it. Oh, I really wish this had better street view. I can only say that so many more times. But I would love to explore it just a lot more thoroughly. If they ever update their Google Maps, I'll absolutely be back. I'll be the first one to come back and tour. Because I know this is... certainly if you live in Riyadh, this has got to be the most painful thing. Trust me. I wish I could see it better. Trader Vic's. Is that like Trader Joe's? Black Box. Tons of businesses. There's really a lot to do here. That's the benefit of a city of 7 million is even if there's no pedestrians around, and that I can't explain, but there's just enough people that you can support all kinds of industries. And this is amazing here. Nice little design work. Yeah, all kinds of restaurants and industries, and if you want to open a business. Oh, look at this mosque. We can go inside. Another mosque. So, yeah, which is neat. And then if you live here, just endless opportunities and endless things you can do and see. Is this guy just checking his cell phone while praying? No texting while praying. Interesting. All right, one last place, and I am going to have to call it a day. It's hard to tell where the center of things are. For a city that's like recently developed, I mean, I know this is an ancient city, since, I mean, it predates Islam to some extent. Obviously, it's boomed though in the last few years. I'm kind of surprised at how, slightly chaotic it is. It must just be the fact that it's ancient. Parts of it are grid laid out. Parts of it are all wild, kind of all around, freely moving. But it seems like it's essentially flat, so it's interesting that it is just not laid out as a grid. All right, one place. Let's see what this is about. Oh, can I not visit there? Okay. One place over here. Alright. Interesting. Boy, it'd be helpful to be able to speak the language too. Alright, one very last place. I'm sorry. Let's see. Rail station? Oh yeah. Boy, oh boy. Well, you know what? Let's just check out a nearby place. There's tons of area to explore out in this part of the world. Hey, this is kind of awesome out here. Oh, wow. Oh, I guess these guys are praying. I thought they were having a picnic. I was like, that's so cute. That's pretty neat, though. Interesting. Facing Mecca, I assume. This is pretty cool out here. Could do some serious off-roading. I know the car scene out here is just awesome. Tons of street racing and that kind of thing. A lot of appreciation for vehicles I've seen on the internet. All right, well, that was pretty neat. Again, I apologize for how poorly it was mapped. Not much I could do about it. We'll be back to this part of the world soon. If you enjoyed this at all, hang in there. We'll see more of this. Dubai is a place we'll be coming to soon. Abu Dhabi, I'm sure. And some of those, I think, are a little better mapped. So we'll be back, and we'll try to get a better sense of this place. Jeddah looks like it also has some mapping. Mecca, I wonder how well that's mapped. All right. For now, though, let's add this to our map. Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Okay. It is now on our map right there. And we'll be back to this part of the world many times in the future, I promise. And again, look at how poorly it's all mapped. There's just not much I can do about that, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm excited to see more. And some of this is still, you can still learn a lot. You can still see a lot. And we'll do the best we can. I enjoyed seeing that Riyadh. I'll have to read more about your city and yeah, get some better on the street videos to learn more and see more. All right, till next time.